Welcome to Snetterton and the opening rounds of the 2014 F3 Cup. Before we go into the racing, let's catch up with some of the drivers to get their thoughts on the coming season.
So Stuart, what are your hopes for 2014?
Just to finish every race and be up there with top 6 if I can do it.
Keep improving every round and see where we can end up at the end of the year.
Last year we just managed to get into the top 6. This year we're aiming for top 3 or 4.
Try and improve bit by bit, really. We managed to get pole in our first qualifying of the year, so that's looking positive. And again, we're looking for more poles and more wins throughout the season. As today we've proved that we can.
We're just improving the car and myself, so this is just the first round, first kind of shakedown for us all, I think.
So coming to claim pole position for his first ever race in the F3 Cup, Toby Sowery sharing the front row with him is Tristan Cliffe returning once more. Then it's Lewis Hamilton-Smith and reigning Formula Jello champion Lee Morgan. The first of the trophy class cars is Oliver Ray, just ahead of Henry Chart. As we get ready for the start, no Lewis Hamilton-Smith, and away we go. It's a good getaway from Toby Sowery. It's a terrible start for Nick Robinson as he's stranded on the grid. Sowery looks leading to riches. He goes wheel to wheel with Tristan Cliffe as they sprint through the first turn of the season on towards the Montreal hairpin. And Sowery, so successful in karting, moves into the lead. He demotes Cliffe to second and immediately into the clutches of Oliver Ray. Ray, though, right on his tail. And then it's Stuart Wiltshire next along. He's ahead of Henry Chart and Lee Morgan. In car with Morgan on towards the hairpin at Agostini. Shows himself to the inside of Henry Chart. No way through there for Morgan as Sowery, in last year's championship winning car in the hands of Alex Craven, leads the way, moving ahead of Tristan Cliffe. Cliffe then has got the trophy class car of Oliver Ray behind him. The trophy class for the pre-2002 cars. The main cup class is for cars from 2002 through to 2008. As showing himself to the inside, Tristan Cliffe down the Bentley Straight is Oliver Ray. Cliffe, though, busy working to defend from Ray. Then we've got Wiltshire ahead of Henry Chart. Chart running in Tristan Cliffe's spare car this weekend after Chart's main race car blew an engine in testing and was irreparable. And Tristan able to dig out the spare from the garage, so Henry could compete. He really is having to compete here as he gains the place on Stuart Wiltshire. Wiltshire looks to immediately retaliate as they accelerate along the centre straight on towards Riches, and Lee Morgan in the slipstream behind Henry Chart, who in turn looks to challenge Stuart Wiltshire to the inside to Riches. That's going to be very tight, and Chart runs out of road. Round he goes. Contact between Henry Chart and Lee Morgan, and Morgan, I suspect, will go not much further. He'll have damaged suspension with that landing. There's also damage, unfortunately, for Henry Chart. He's out of the race as Oliver Ray and Tristan Cliffe continue to do battle over second position. And as they fight, it means the long way clear in the lead is Toby Sowery. Oliver Ray, who became part of the McLaren Performance Programme over the winter, the Australian driver, really looking to make a career for himself in the UK, following the wheel tracks the likes of Mark Webber. Fantastic scrap this for second, but Tristan Cliffe, the local man, he's got the inside line for Nelson and should go through here as Ray out over the curbs. The pair of them sprint towards the bomb hole. Brilliant racing, this wheel to wheel between the pair of them on towards Coram Curve. And Tristan Cliffe has made that move stick for second place. On towards Riches. One side, then the other for Oliver Ray. He's doing all he can to move ahead of Tristan Cliffe as they pass the stricken car of Henry Chart. But for Toby Sowery, it's a debut victory in the F3 Cup. Emphatic stuff from the teenager and delight for the Lannon Racing team. Second place then for Tristan Cliffe, who's pulled clear of Oliver Ray in the later stages. Unfortunately, Ray was subsequently disqualified, so it was Sowery who took the victory from Tristan Cliffe. Then Stuart Wiltshire promoted to third ahead of Tony Bishop and John Ferguson. Lights on, getting ready for race 2. And away we go. It's a brilliant start from Sowery as Tristan Cliffe bounces off the rev limiter. He gets passed by Stuart Wiltshire as they head towards Riches for the first time. He's also been passed by Tony Bishop and possibly a fast-starting Nick Robinson as well. In car with Louis Hamilton-Smith from the back of the grid. He's up behind Henry Chart. Driving into Montreal, he goes past Chart, possibly also past John Ferguson as well. Got some very quick drivers starting at the rear of the field after misfortune in race 1. Also there is Roberto Tirone in the second of the trophy class cars. There's Oliver Ray and Henry Chart to join battle. Tristan Cliffe moves inside Tony Bishop and Nick Robinson as well. 2 cars passed in one manoeuvre into Agostini. Tristan is always threatening when he's in the mood. Louis Hamilton-Smith, race winner of course in the F3 Cup over the past couple of seasons. Expect to see him looking to challenge for the podium as this race unfolds. For now though, we've got a slightly jumbled order, although it's Toby Sowery who leads the way. Then we've got Stuart Wiltshire. He has got Tristan Cliffe bearing down on his tail. Up into 4th place is Tony Bishop, 5th place is Nick Robinson, then 6th place we have got John Ferguson, 7th is Louis Hamilton-Smith. Tony Bishop exits Nelson on towards the bomb hole as we go in car with Hamilton-Smith, who darts inside John Ferguson into Coram. Fearless move that from Louis Hamilton-Smith as the corner tightens. The overtaking manoeuvre is completed. He's already in pursuit of Nick Robinson coming out of Murray's, and a spin for Ferguson. So not only did he lose that place, he's lost several others. Cliffe to the inside of Stuart Wiltshire into Riches and gains the place. Nice move that from Tristan Cliffe, who always goes well here at Snetterton. It's his home circuit. The local man from Norwich. He now sets off in pursuit of Toby Sowery. Got a lovely scrap though, getting to form for 3rd place between Stuart Wiltshire and Tony Bishop. Possibly Louis Hamilton-Smith. Here comes Hamilton-Smith hurtling through Palmer. He's passed Nick Robinson as a result. Robinson's then got Henry Chart, who is next up, back in car with Tristan Cliffe, and Toby Sowery is somewhere out in the distance ahead of him. It's going to be a slightly frustrating day, I venture, for Cliffe. About the tussle between Chart and Robinson. Still Henry Chart struggling to find a way through. Well, there is Toby Sowery's lead. Pretty emphatic at the moment. 2nd place Cliffe, and then the fight for 3rd is a problem for Nick Robinson. He has gone around and into the Armco barrier. You can see the rear wing is askew. Therefore, Robinson's car is a bit squashed and he is out of the race. Good scrap a little bit lower down the order between Oliver Ray, who leads the trophy class, Henry Chart and Lee Morgan. 3 quick up-and-coming young drivers. Lee, who won the BRSCC Formula Jedi Championship last year before making the switch to the F3 Cup. Have a few moments to ponder that move because the safety car comes out for the recovery of Nick Robinson's car. Field then will form up in pursuit as Robinson sees his car craned onto the flatbed. The safety car peels in and we go racing once more at Snetterton, and this is the golden opportunity for Tristan Cliffe. It's right underneath Toby Sowery's rear wing as a pair of them sprint towards Riches. Sowery to the inside, Cliffe to the outside, and it means that Toby Sowery maintains the lead of the race as they accelerate onto the Montreal hairpin. Louis Hamilton-Smith, meanwhile, looking to elevate his way past Tony Bishop, and does just that. That moves Hamilton-Smith up into 4th. He's going to try and close in on Stuart Wiltshire, who maintains 3rd place and that final spot on the podium. So the leading trio out of Palmer once more. On towards Agostini. Here is Louis Hamilton-Smith trying frantically to close the gap back down. Meanwhile, Tristan Cliffe doing a good job at the moment of staying with Toby Sowery. And the key in these Formula 3 cars, if you can stay in the toe of the car in front, particularly at a circuit like Snetterton where you've got the 2 long straights, then you are just within opportunity to challenge maybe later in the race a surprise manoeuvre to snatch the win. That's what Cliffe is going to be trying to do. So we've got this leading pair, then the gap back to the fight for 3rd, which is Wiltshire, then Hamilton-Smith, and then Oliver Ray. This is a really good performance once more from Oliver Ray in his slightly older car. It's a 2001 Spec Dallara, type of car which took Takuma Sato to the British Formula 3 Championship that year. Oliver Ray running with the Enigma Motorsport team. In with a chance here of an outright third place in the race overall, because this is the fight for third. Stuart Wiltshire, though, has got Louis Hamilton-Smith right underneath his rear wing. Oliver Ray then the silver machine next along, in car with Hamilton-Smith, and up the centre straight, the best overtaking opportunity. Wiltshire, though, not giving Hamilton-Smith any space to the inside, no matter how hard Louis presses, and now he squeezes through. Brilliant move that from Hamilton-Smith, and then Oliver Ray goes around the outside of Stuart Wiltshire, who loses 2 places in one fell swoop. He may also be passed by Henry Chart, who follows through as well. And that was brave stuff from Louis Hamilton-Smith. Clambers up on to the podium. Stuart Wiltshire, in the blink of an eye, loses 3 positions. And that's so often the case in the F3 Cup. These cars are so evenly matched that it can take lap after lap to get in a position to challenge. And if it's successful, you can really jump up the order. If you make a small mistake or get caught by surprise, as Wiltshire did then, can result in the loss of several places. Still though, the fight for third very close, because Oliver Ray is getting on the overall race rostrum, not just the trophy class top step, though I think Louis Hamilton-Smith may just have the legs on him here, as we're into the late stage of the race. It has been a dominant weekend at Snetterton for Toby Sowery, who came into the season hotly tipped, and he has done everything asked of him so far. Stuart Wiltshire potentially going to lose more places here. He's lost out to Tony Bishop, and Lee Morgan has taken the checkered flag, and a double win to start the season for Toby Sowery. Brilliant performance from Sowery. Second place for the second time for Tristan Cliffe. Hamilton-Smith completes the podium, and Olly Ray takes trophy class honours. Well, that's it for part 1. Join us after the break with all the action from Silverstone.